Well, hello everybody. Here we are. It looks like we are live, and here I am. My name is David, and I'm here to represent the bearded yarn dudes. And as it is Tuesday, it is a topic Tuesday. Our topic today, I missed it last week because I had internet issues last week. Today we're talking about budget yarns. I like budget yarns. So anyway, I want to hear what you people think about budget yarns. Hello, Michelle's Mosaics. Okay, let me see. I probably need to fix things so that I can view everything properly and see everything properly. Never know. Yes, so we're talking about budget yarns. What are your favorite budget yarns? I will share mine in the course of time, but also, hello, Carrie. Glad to see you. So we're talking about budget yarns. There are some really nice budget yarns, and there are some really awful budget yarns. Hey, Linda. Hi, so glad to see you. And Roberta Shepherd. I'm so glad to see you, Roberta. Thank you for coming by. Yay. So, yeah, today we're talking about budget yarns. I've always been all about the budget yarns. And, you know, I like budget yarns. I don't like budget yarns that feel like budget yarns. There are some yarns that I have said, let me change the angle a little bit. Yeah. There are some yarns that I have said give acrylic a bad name. We don't need to talk about those yarns today. The ones that I like are the store brands. Walmart Mainstay. They have a nice feel, although people have said they don't have the range of colors they would like to see. I also like Joann's. What is their yarn, their store brand called? I can't remember what the Joann's store brand is called, but it's nice. Hey, Pam F. Roberta says she uses Red Heart Super Saver for mosaics for her grandchildren. My feeling is that Red Heart Super Saver would stand up to a nuclear blast. They're just that tough, and they feel that way. Hey, LJ. Hey, Roy and Becky. Kenny, did I welcome you in? Kenny, are you still on your phone? What's happening with your home setup? Michelle likes Megaballs from Hobby. I haven't used those, but if Michelle likes them, I'm sure they're pretty good. Hi, Divergent. I'm glad to see so many friends just dropping by to say hi. It's really good. So we're talking about budget yarns today. There's not that much to say. I mean, the ones that I don't like, I just stop buying. That's really all there is. What I have that I like is the Premier Basics, the Premier that gets relabeled for the dollar store where you get like 131 yards for $1. And I like those for Dollar Tree. You know, and of course, Walmart Mainstay. I like those. Oh, LJ, first time in 2 days. Is that because of timing or because of your spirits? I hope that your spirits are doing better if picking up your crochet hook is an indication. Divergent is saying she would love to find a budget yarn available in large yardage. I actually think that Lion Brand Pound of Love has a very nice touch, and for 10 or 11 bucks, you get over 1,000 yards of yarn. They call Lion Brand Pound of Love, they call it a 4-weight. I would call it like 3.5 because it's on the lighter side of a worsted, but it's a little more than a DK. So I would call it a 3.5 weight. Oh, Linda is talking about Daramores in the UK. I don't know UK brands. I don't know all of the US brands, actually. I'm not a good source, usually, for yarn information. There are lots and lots of other YouTubers who have a lot more to say about yarns, specific brands, and they have a lot of knowledge that I don't have. I can only share my own experience to this point. But some of the things that I've heard about some of the UK brands I would like to learn about. Yes, Divergent mentions shipping costs, which is always a big concern. I mean, we all love certain hand dyers on the other side of the pond. But shipping costs make it really difficult to purchase those yarns. Linda says that I'm assuming you mean Daramore's yarn is made in Turkey. I don't know a lot, but my observation has been that people report that the yarns that they buy that are manufactured in Turkey are usually, regardless of whether it's, you know, value yarns, 100% acrylic, or something much nicer, that the yarns are usually going to be very nice to work with. I need my glasses changed, I think. Okay, you all make me feel like I should experience some of this acrylic yarn from Deramores. Honestly, though, I have enough yarn to start a store right now. I don't need any more. I love everybody who sends me yarn, and I'm not gonna send it back. And people do send me gifts, unexpected gifts of yarn, and I love them and I use them. Um, but honestly, I can't afford to go out and buy more yarn of my own, and I have a bunch of yarn. I was going to use a swear word there. I have a bunch of yarn already. Hey, Pam F. Ooh, interesting. Pam F is talking about the process and how it's toxic. Would you like to elaborate on that? Anyway, here we are. What time is it now? It's okay. So, I always try to start off with like a list of standard announcements, which would include thanks to everybody who is a subscriber, who watches me regularly, who clicks the like button, which, you know, I would like you to do right now if you haven't done it already. Um, People who have been generous with, who bought my Ravelry patterns, bought my merch, which was previously on Etsy. Now it's on Teespring. It's no longer on Etsy. And, you know, some people have been very, very generous in other ways. So I owe everybody a tremendous debt of gratitude. And I also talk about my schedule. Today is Tuesday. I always do a topic Tuesday. Today it's about bargain yarns. Wednesday is a Wednesday free for all. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern, with no topic. Thursdays, I usually don't post anything. Fridays. It's like a it's whatever happens. Sometimes it's a live, sometimes it's recorded. Saturday, I usually don't post anything. Sundays, I have poetry. Mondays, I have pre-recorded interviews with men in yarn. Those are my very favorite things to do. And then we're back at Tuesdays. So that's my regular weekly schedule. On top of that, I'm planning to do some marathon lives. Sunday, October 31st, Halloween, I'm going to do a marathon. Black Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving, I should say. Also New Year's Day. I'm planning to do marathon lives on those days. There also, on top of that, December 8th, which is a Wednesday, when I have a normally scheduled Wednesday free-for-all. It's also my birthday, and I hope it will coincide with having reached 2K. But it's going to be a big party because I will be 39 and some months. 240 months to be exactly, but who's counting? So that's where we are right now. So other topics I wanted to mention. I have patterns on Ravelry. I currently have 24. I have 2 that are in testing, and another that I'm going to send out to testers soon. I have merch on Teespring. It's no longer on Etsy. I'm going to Etsy, and I are not parting as friends. I also have Patreon and YouTube memberships. Hey, Duke of Nico, I'm glad to see you. Hey, Jackie, I'm sorry if I'm missing people. I'm just running through my normal Tuesday announcements. Hey, Frenchie. So as I was saying, I have Patreon, I have YouTube memberships, I have Cash App, I have PayPal. Some people have been remarkably generous to me, and for that I am incredibly grateful. But I'm not telling you to do anything except to click the thumbs up and subscribe. That I'm going to tell you to do. So if anybody wants to come up, I just posted the link if anybody wants to come up. I'm really glad to see you, Nico, and Divergent, and Jackie, and everybody else. So, those are my... Normally I might show some finished objects, but I don't really have anything that's very exciting right now. Most of it is like in process or stuff you've already seen. I was talking about a book of an ebook of patterns. Hey, Linda! Yay!
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. I'm so glad to see you. I was
Nice
just
to see
saying that
you.
Sorry?
I said it's nice to see you too.
Exactly. I was just saying that I had been talking about an ebook of patterns to benefit the Hunger Project that's
Mm,
still going on, but it's not going to happen as quickly as I had hoped.
no.
In the meantime, I I am encouraging people to make dog sweaters and blankets and just either drop them by physically or send them to pet rescue organizations in their own areas. I don't need to know how many, I don't need to know who does it. It doesn't matter to me. I just want people to take those little acts of kindness.
Yeah. We here in the UK, there's one of my friends, she does a lot of blankets and other bits and bobs for, cat and dog protection. So what I usually do is I usually send her yarn. You know, I send her yarn and she makes them and that. So that's what I do. No, that's my way of donating.
I've heard about that sort of project on this side of the pond where they will collect yarn for
Yeah.
people who do crafting
Mm-hmm.
for that purpose.
Yeah.
But also, I want to add, I love Paul O'Grady.
Oh, he's from my neck of the woods.
Exactly, he's from the outskirts of Liverpool, but
Birkenhead.
Birkenhead, yes. But his series about the Battersea Dogs and Cats Home.
Yeah, he's amazing. He has a radio show, And he is so, on a Sunday evening, he's so funny. He is. He's an all-round entertainer. He is. It's very good.
I could probably get his audio, his radio shows, if I knew how to search for those things. But I never listened to podcasts. I'd sign up for a bunch of them, but then I never listened to them.
No. It's BBC Radio 2 on a Sunday evening, about 5 o'clock, I think it is.
I have seen. Oh gosh, how many series has he done with the Burkhead? Not the Burkhead, the Battersea home. It's probably 6 years or more.
Yeah.
But I think I've seen them all.
Yeah, he's such a big animal lover. He has dogs and pigs, and he has a menagerie at home, in his own home.
Yeah, exactly. I love to hear him tell stories about that. I love most of what I see online about him is a few years old, and since he's getting up there in years, you sort of wonder how he's doing health-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only a few years older than I am, and people have been wondering about my health for years and years.
I know. But I did ask you a question, but
what was that?
Must be saying hello. What is your favorite yarn weight? And anybody else in the chat, what is their favorite yarn weight and favorite color?
Do you know what? When I was singing all the time, people used to ask me what was my favorite opera, and always the answer was whatever I'm working on now.
Yeah, and that's the answer to.
So, and it was true, because I have like 11 different favorite operas.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I used to be a worsted boy, 100% worsted.
Yeah.
Nowadays, my tastes have become more refined.
Yeah.
My budget has not really reflected that.
Yeah, but we all
increase in refinement. But I like nowadays. I'm more of a DK boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what we would call a 3-weight.
A 3-weight, yeah. Well, I always used to be a 3-weight, and now I'm a lace and a finger weight kind of girl.
I have some very lightweight yarn that I would like to find a good use for.
And a nice shawl, and you don't have to make it, finger weight. You think of using 3 or 2.5 or 3.5, but if you use a 4 and a 4.5 on whatever pattern you're going to do, the drape is amazing.
Well, I have learned to use oversized hooks to increase the drape effect in the things that I create.
I mean, I've only been in the fiber community 12 months next month, and
me too, really.
In that time, I've learned so much, David. It's unbelievable. I'm getting to, and it's nice because it's kind of expanded my knowledge, because I've always had knowledge of yarn because of my knitting, but my knowledge is, even expanded even more, to include, what the Americans refer to as all the different weights, and I couldn't quite get my head around it, but I know now that a 3-weight is a DK and a 2-weight is a finger weight, and then there's lace, and then a 4.
It took me a few years to learn all of that.
And then 4 for me is an Aran, but it's a wasted weight for yourselves. And then 5 is a bulky or chunky, as we call it here in the UK.
And I think for us, Aaron is something between worsted and chunky, between 4 and 5.
Yeah.
But we don't really have a way to describe it.
Yeah.
We like to think that we're scientists, but we're not.
Well, no, we're not. No, we're not. But it's just nice that and it's nice that we've got that availability of being able to access the different weights of yarn, and different companies. We're so lucky. There's so many companies out there, not only in the UK, but in America, in Canada, in and that we're able to access, depending on the price of flipping postage, but we do have access to lots of different genre of yarn, different companies that I've, like Noro, I never even heard of it until Crystal from Bag of Day showed it on and she's such a great wealth of knowledge,
yeah,
isn't she? I've learned
Crystal,
so much from Crystal. Amazing.
Fiber Spider and Crochet Crowd. Those three.
Yeah.
To those three, I owe a huge debt of gratitude for my education.
Yeah.
Because I have learned so much from all three. I'm very happy to say that Fiber Spider has become a friend.
Yeah.
Crystal does treat me as a friend. Crochet Crowd, I haven't really reached out to Mikey, but I should.
Yeah. Be nice to get him, see if he would be up for an interview.
Honestly, I have to say, also, in just doing this channel over the past year and just trying this and trying that and seeing what works, I'm learning what works best for me.
Yeah.
And that, generally speaking, the things that work best for me also work best for the viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love doing live streams and I love doing interviews. Those are my two favorite things to do.
Yeah.
I have done some tutorials, but I don't think it's my long suit. No, people tell me I'm not really bad at it, but I don't think it's my long suit. Go ahead.
But you're really good at your interviews, and that comes across because you've done it before in your previous life, if you understand what I mean.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You know what you're doing. Whereas for me, if I went, if I did an interview, I wouldn't have the first clue what to do. So and that really comes across in your interviews.
Well, I'm not even sure that interview is the right word to use, because it's really usually just a conversation. If it works out right, we wind up talking as two friends.
Yeah, but it's structured, isn't it? You have you have some form of structure to it, which comes across really
exactly,
well. And at the end of the day, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. We're not all perfect at everything.
Of course not.
So you just, and it's just trial and error. You learn to know what you're good at and what you think, no, I'll leave that alone, I'm not quite good at that, kind of. You give it a go and you think, no, that wasn't very good, so
and nowadays honestly, I have my regularly scheduled lives and I do enjoy those.
Yeah.
I have my interviews and I really love to do those. I have my Sunday poetry readings. I don't get a lot of response from those, but I enjoy doing them anyway.
Yeah, but that,
And I
you
don't,
know,
I don't care if I don't get response. It's okay.
no.
They're there.
Kind of, I do one live a week, but I enjoy doing my videos. So I have 3 videos a week and then I do the one live. And for me at the moment, that is, I enjoy doing that. And I enjoy popping up on my friends' lives, when they drop the link and they want people to come up. I can't do it all the time, obviously, because I look after my dad, and I have other commitments going on as well. But I enjoy what I do with my channel at the moment. Things could change in the new year,
Hmm.
you never know, but
Exactly. Exactly.
we
So
do what
yeah,
we can.
it's always tremendous fun. So, in business, there's this principle where you would continue doing what makes you more money and just sort of taper off what makes you less.
Hmm.
So, what gains me the most in terms of fulfillment, and I think viewer response, is going to be the interviews and the live streams and the recorded videos. Sometimes I get response, sometimes I don't. I don't really care
Yeah,
because I don't like to do them that much.
yeah. And
Um, Go ahead.
kind of when we're all we all bring to the table something different,
Exactly.
and that's what makes it so much fun. Kind of tonight I'm sat here and I'm just crocheting away, and and it popped up that you were live, and I thought, oh, I'll go and see David. I'm up here. But not. I'm not. Sometimes I'm not around when you go live, so I think, right, I've not seen David for a while. I'll go and say hello. We all have lives at the end
So,
of the day, don't we?
exactly. Duke of Nico is in the chat right now, and he was my interview that I posted on yesterday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Really, really wonderful guy. Very, very creative. So I want to see more traffic to that interview.
Yeah.
Also, Susan Kay just entered the room. I don't believe I've seen you before, but you're always welcome here. Um,
Hi, everyone in the chat. I can't see you, but hello.
it's hard. It's hard doing a live stream, keeping control, or rather, keeping tabs on
Yeah.
of what's going on in the
Back of your
chat.
head.
And I mean, I love doing it, but honestly, I will also say I have been very fortunate. I honestly, we hear and see and witness really, really bad behavior from trolls and bots and such.
Yeah.
But I think that happens more to women than to men.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People have told me that they have acted as moderators and like canceled out people comments that they thought I would find offensive.
Yeah.
Um, and that's okay. That's fine. I
Yeah.
sort of wish they hadn't told me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean,
but I haven't had the kind of things that I mean, it was just today or yesterday where someone was just awful to a friend of mine who is a perfectly lovely human being. And I can't understand why someone would do that.
yeah, there's a lot I could say on that, but I won't.
Yeah. It hey Catbird, it isn't even about the person who is hosting the chat. It's always about the person who is making the offensive comments.
Yeah.
And anyway, moving right along.
Yeah. Moving along.
Yeah.
Working on at the moment, David? Anything good?
Well, I just finished something. I would show it to you, except it's on the other side of the room right now. I did post it on Instagram. I just finished something, a shawl using Tunisian crochet.
Oh, nice.
And normally I sort of hate Tunisian, but in this case it worked out well.
Good.
Um, I just need to write it up now as a pattern. But I
Yeah.
think I did post pictures yesterday on Instagram of that particular shawl, because you know me and shawls. Shawls and
Yeah.
I go way back.
Yeah.
I mean, they seem to be what people like best among my patterns. So of
Yeah.
course I'm going to make more shawls.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, I'm doing the last 18 squares for my granny square blanket, and then I put that row together, and then I've just got the trim to do.
Wow. You will be
200.
posting pictures when it's complete, won't you?
Oh gosh, yeah. It's part of, Ursula, Veronica, and Brenda have the challenges, and it started in January, goes right through to the end to December.
I never keep up with that sort of challenge
No,
thing because I
well,
never do it
anyway,
myself.
I made a graph, and by the time I've done the last square, the 4x4, there are 2 weight, and I've done 2. When I finish this last square, I'll have done 252 squares.
Wow.
I'll show you yeah, there's the graph.
That's a lot of squares. Are they
That's the
the
graph.
classic grand? Oh, wow. I think you did show me that diagram once before. Yeah,
Yeah,
are they the classic granny square design or
yeah,
a
the classic
granny
granny
square
square
variation? Oh,
4
okay.
by 4.
Now, my granny square cardigan, which also is on the other side of the room, so I can't pick it up right now, but that is two granny square variations.
Yeah.
One of which is just a solid granny, and the other is like a ribbed granny, basically.
Yeah.
Um, boy,
Well,
howdy!
mhm.
I, I cannot resist telling this story for the 14th time. But when I went to this retreat a couple of weeks ago, everybody was standing up and showing off their beautiful, beautiful, amazing work. I mean, I was really stunned by the skills of these people.
Yeah.
And I stood up and I said, they were also talking about these incredibly luxurious and expensive yarns. And I stood up and I said, "This is my cardigan. I made it with Dollar Tree yarn. This whole thing was like $17 worth of yarn." And I love that sweater. I got so many comments the next day when I went to the yarn festival in that sweater.
Yeah.
Because
But it doesn't matter how much you spend on yarn, or it's the end product that will speak for itself. It's the project at the end of the day, whether you've spent £100 on yarn or £10 on yarn. It's the when the project is finished, that will speak for itself. With a kind of how it's made, that what it looks like, and that will that speaks volumes. And it's your pride in your work as well.
I was very proud. I mean, well, I have to
You
acknowledge
should
Naughty
be.
Thistle just came into the room, and I'm not sure I know you, but you're welcome in the room all the time. But yeah, I was extremely proud and still am of that sweater.
You should.
I
So
w-
you should.
I I think I did good work. I think I do good work in general. I
You
think
do.
I have some skills,
Of course
and
you do. Well, it speaks for itself. If your patterns are selling, your work speaks for yourself. Speaks for yourself. It says it
September was
all.
not a good month for sales, but I
Well, it,
also didn't have as many new patterns in September as I usually do.
yeah.
But still,
But,
Daddy
but
needs pattern sales. Go to Ravelry and look for me.
uh,
It's
you
true.
take the peak. Yeah, you take the peaks and the troughs. It happens to
That's
us all.
true. That's
You
true.
know, it happens to us all.
Until
There's
I
no.
hit the lottery, this is what I'm doing for a living.
Oh
Well,
dear.
that and off of people.
Hmm. So, have you got any more
So,
plans? Work in progress that you're going to be doing? Any more patterns you're thinking of doing?
well, right now I am in the middle of doing. Actually, I'm doing an Alicia shawl. My Alicia shawl is the best-selling pattern that I do. But
Yeah,
depending upon how much yarn you have, you can use it as a scarf or a shawl.
yeah,
Because the more yarn you have, the more you can go, and the larger it will get.
definitely.
So I'm making it for a new friend whom I made at the yarn retreat with some very nice yarn that I got there. Um, and I just finished that other one that I mentioned that involves Tunisian. I just need to write that one up, and I have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Um, I have a few other ideas in my notebook that are yet to be developed. There was a wonderful, wonderful knit shawl someone showed me that I thought, oh, I, I might be able to recreate that in crochet.
Yeah.
And then I around and started to try to do that, and I'm going, it's not as easy as I thought.
No. Well, I've done a hat, a beanie, and a cowl set. I've got to sit and write the pattern up for that.
Hmm.
So
I find myself, since nowadays my focus is really on creating new designs and writing new patterns. Hey, Naughty Thistle. Uh, oh, Divergent says she would like to see my take on a granny cardigan. Go into Instagram if you had Instagram and find it. I've probably posted it other places as well. Um, but
are
I
you
find since
bearded
sorry,
dudes? Are you
bearded
bearded dudes?
yarn dudes on Instagram and just about everywhere.
Yeah.
In fact, my old Instagram was the name of my opera blog, which was Tamino File,
Is this it?
and I hardly ever. What?
Is this your granny? Is that it?
That's it exactly. Gosh, that's beautiful. If I do say so myself.
Yeah. So that's the cardigan, Crystal. Okay.
Hey, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Linda.
No,
Yeah.
I've got my phone here. I wanted to show you the blanket, what I've done so far. It's nearly finished.
Hey, Joyce.
Yeah. This is the blanket that I've done with all them squares.
Oh, that looks nice.
So I've got one row left to do.
Blue is one of my very favorite colors.
Well, it's jade turquoise, like a grey blue, cream and green. Green's in the center, and then I'm going to replicate them colors down the bottom for the frill.
Naughty Thistle says she applauds us designers and couldn't do it to save her life. But I tell you,
it's hard work.
It's okay, but at the same time, not as hard as you think. I got started. Honestly, I had probably done some before, but when I really got started and thinking, hey, this is a pattern, I was working with somebody else's pattern, and I started making a whole bunch of changes, and changes, and changes, and changes. And at the end, it was more my changes than the original pattern. And then I thought, wow, this is more me than the pattern creator.
Yeah.
And I have humongous respect for the pattern creator. But in the end, it was my hat. It was the very first hat that I published, actually. I think I called it the Accidental Hat Design because that's how it came about. I didn't realize I was designing until I was done. And by the way, all of my hat patterns are available free of charge at my blog, which is beardedyarndudes.blogspot. Blog, what do they call it?
.blogspot.com.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just search for Bearded Yarn Dudes or click the link in my About page. Anyway, so I have a ton of hat patterns that are available for free. I will never ever charge for a hat pattern because I do them to encourage people to make contributions, charity donations.
Yeah.
Either it's Hat
Not Hate,
or any other cause. There is no place where hats are not welcome.
Yeah.
So that's why I do that. And you know, some people have questioned my decision to make all of my hat patterns free. But you know what? I stick with it. And in the end, those people have come around and shown respect for my decision.
Yes, because you know, not only the Hat Not Hate, but also the homeless. You know, this you know,
no matter where you are, there are people who might need it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Michelle's Mosaics is off to write a paper. I hope we haven't. I hope we have influenced your thought process in a beneficial way. Perhaps I should say it that way.
Yes.
But actually, I'm really glad to meet people of so many different backgrounds and ages and everything through YouTube. There are, well, just about everybody in the world is younger than I am, but there are younger people, there are older people, there are, people in a wide variety of geographic locations. There are people who have less experience and people who have more experience. I love the diversity.
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it?
And it is.
we can all learn from each other as well, and
Well,
help
I
each
hope
other
we do.
support
Yes,
and support each other too.
exactly,
And that's
exactly.
the big part of this. You know, that's one of the big factors to this community, the support.
That is one of the most valuable things that I
Yeah.
have found from my experience. It's been about a year. October 30th will be my it will be the anniversary of the first video that I put up and left up.
Yeah, mine's the 28th
Um,
of November.
and um, I'm doing a marathon on the 31st, which is Halloween, which is also a Sunday.
Oh, Halloween's on a Sunday this year.
Yeah, yep. I'm actually, as an old church musician, I'm more interested in All Saints Day than Halloween, but
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Um, I'm also doing one on Black Friday, which is the day that follows US Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
I don't know the exact date, but I've got it in my calendar somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm also planning to do one on New Year's Day. I love to do the marathons.
Yeah.
Sometimes they sort of wipe me out. Um, Normally, I last about 8 hours. I've been there as long as 10 or 11 hours. But it just depends upon how much rest I've had, how much food I have at hand, and what I'm drinking.
Yeah. It's hard. You know, I mean, I love doing my lives, but it is hard work. I mean, I'm only on for 2 hours on a Wednesday, and Thursday I'm just wiped out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could go 10
Honestly,
hours or
honestly,
8 hours.
I have gone into my live streams, some of them, the weekly ones. I've gone in with a bad attitude and come out with a really great attitude
Yeah,
because
positive.
of the people that who come to me. I I don't know how it happens, but I attract good people to me.
Good.
Um, I won't say that that's a comment about me, but it seems to happen anyway. You know, my natural. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
You kicked
Yeah.
me out,
Okay. I'm
guys.
sorry.
It's all
I'm
right.
sorry. No.
I'm
No.
go-
God.
I'm going to have to drop down anyway because it's eight o'clock here, and I've been up here all day, so I need to go and spend time with hubby. He will not be happy if I spend all day up here.
Oh well. I'm sure he knows how lucky he is to have you as his wife.
Oh, thank you, David. That's very nice of you to say. I'm sure he does. Yeah. He's a
No.
keeper for sure. He's a keeper for sure. I'm doing the
Yeah.
3 color challenge, David.
The
So I
what?
said to it, the three
Which
color
challenge?
challenge, the
Three
three,
color?
yeah. So I said to him, I went downstairs, I gave him a bag that he had to put 3 skeins of yarn in the bag. And I said to him, just go and pick 3, put them in the bag, don't let me see. He knows me so well, David, honest.
Uh-oh, I'm sort of scared.
He got me these 3 skeins of yarn to make something.
Oh, those would go together so beautifully.
But they're purple, David, and that's my favorite colour. So he picked the 3
I
that.
know, mine too. Ah, ah, ah. Oh,
And
hey,
this is
Lori. Hey, Frenchie.
the Deramores yarn I was talking about.
Oh, my goodness.
Let me just turn this light off because it's a bit It's glaring.
Do you know, I showed on Instagram some of the yarn that I got at the yarn festival up north, the Adirondack Yarn and Craft Fair.
Yes.
There was some that was a beautiful pink variegated thing, and I've been thinking, what am I going to do with it? I have to do something soon. I mean, it's a nice yarn. I could have gotten it anywhere. It was it was not a boutique hand-dyed thing, but it was $4 a skein, so I went for it.
Yeah.
So now I have to think of what to do with it, and I might use it for my next design. Yeah, except I haven't figured out what my next design is going to be.
It'll come to you in a light bulb. You'll have a light bulb moment, and it'll just come to you.
Oh, I have those all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, I just switch, and the light bulb is gone. But
maybe a nice poncho.
Oh, hey, Mo's Misfit Toys. I haven't seen you before, but you're very welcome. Oh, yes, people say I look so much better. I don't even remember what side it was on. I had this bruise with there's still a little bit underneath the eye here, but overall it looks so much better. I had the best time making up stories about it. That was so much fun. And the best story was, I think it came from one of the people at the retreat, suggested that I tell people that I was attacked by ninjas in the parking lot at Joann's.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, I'm going to love you and leave you. And thank you so much for letting me come up and join your live today.
It has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me.
You're more than welcome, David. And I'll see you on YouTube Streets.
Of course. I have often walked down this street before. But the
by David, yay!
But if
Take care, David.
Before.
Bye, everyone. Good night. God bless. Bye.
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 Oh my gosh. Okay, so what time is it now? Okay. Anyway, okay, let me post the link if anybody else wants to come up because we still have time. Anyway, so as I was saying, I was giving the standard thank yous to everybody in the world because I am totally grateful to everybody in the world. Everybody who subscribes, everybody who becomes a member, everybody who shows love and generosity. I am amazingly grateful. Oh, hey, Lori. Aha! I should sing my way off every video. I might wind up with some kind of copyright issue there. Also, I usually mention my regular schedule. Today is Tuesday. I do my topic Tuesdays. Sometimes we stay on topic. Usually we don't. Wednesday free for all at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thursday I usually don't post anything. Friday, sometimes it's live, sometimes it's recorded. It's whatever I feel like doing. Saturday, I usually don't post anything. Sunday, it's a poetry reading. Monday, it's my Monday Men interview series. And then Tuesday, we're back again at Topic Tuesday. I'm doing a marathon live stream on Halloween, which is a Sunday, October 31st. I also planned one on Black Friday, which is the day after US Thanksgiving, and also one on New Year's Day. There more plans will be announced about those days as they approach. I have patterns on Ravelry. I have merch on Teespring. I switched my merch over. It was on Etsy, but I don't really like Etsy. I switched it over to Teespring when I am eligible to have a merch shelf on my YouTube page. Teespring is a compatible vendor for that. I also have memberships on Patreon and YouTube, and I also have Cash App and PayPal. And once again, I have to express the utmost and most humble thanks and gratitude to those who have shown me love and generosity before. And I love you all. Thank you so much. What else was I going to talk about? I do have 2 new patterns on Ravelry as of last week. I'm going to have more coming up soon. I have talked in the past about an ebook that I was going to compile of patterns from a whole bunch of different people to benefit the Hunger Project. If you do not know the Hunger Project, then look it up. That is still going to happen, but not as quickly as I had hoped. And in the meantime, I also have a project where I am simply encouraging people to make dog sweaters or blankets and give them to pet rescue organizations that you know. If it's nearby, just drop them off. If it's not, then mail them in. I don't need to know that you did it. I don't need to know how many you did. It's not about any of that. It's about helping the pets. So, do what you can. If you want to tell me about it, I'm happy to hear it. If you want to tell them that I sent you, that's fine too. But just do it to help the rescue pets who need help. And that's where we are. So, what else is going on, people? We have been on for about an hour. We used to drop off at about 3 o'clock when we would go to see Brenda, the newbie crocheter, but she no longer does her 3 p.m. lives at this time. So we have more time if you want to stick around. And if you don't, then that's okay too. Oh, let me show you. This I just completed. This is my Hugs and Stitches hat, which, by the way, is also on my blog, beardedyarndudes.blogspot.com. I did this because the color will appeal to the recipient. I fear it will not arrive in time for his birthday, but life is full of disappointments and I can go on living. What else are we talking about here? I don't see any comments. Talk to me, people, please. And there's the link if anybody wants to come up again. Let me see what it is. See whether that comes up with the. There you go. Counting stitches. Eek. Lori, I hope you're feeling well now, even if it's a little uncomfortable. Frenchie's counting stitches, which of course makes us all want to sabotage her by saying 47, 33, 74. Anyway, so what are you all watching nowadays? I never ever watch TV. What's on TV that interests you? I have actually. Today's topic was budget yarns, but we never stick to the topic very long. And most of the topics we usually come up in everyday conversation anyway. Today's topic was budget yarns. My favorite store brands are the Walmart Mainstay and the Joann's. I can't remember what Joann's calls their store brand, but it really is my favorite because it has such a nice feel to it. Okay, Pam F asks, what would be the best stitch to use for dog blankets? If you're just making it up as you go along, I would think something dense, like a single crochet or an extended half double crochet. I have a tutorial about an extended half double. Kate, who is known as Bitchin' Stitches, also has a tutorial about a linked double crochet. Something dense like that. You're always going to run the risk of little claws being tangled up in the yarn, but I think that the more dense the weave you create, the better off you'll be. Now, if I were doing a shawl, I would use an oversized hook to create a more drapey effect. But if I were doing something for a dog, I would use probably a smaller hook to create a more dense effect. Kenny, baby, how are you?
Hey, doing all right. About yourself?
I'm not too bad. I'm glad to see you.
Glad to see you too.
Someone actually was saying he was concerned, or she was concerned, because she hadn't seen you as much recently as you usually are, something like that.
Was it Carrie the Yarny Elephant?
I don't remember who it was, but I'm just glad to see you, regardless.
Yeah, I've been I've been trying to going and watching different videos and trying to catch up on some that I haven't got to actually watch, but I've actually made time to actually go and watch those.
Oh, I have such a long list of things. I cannot possibly watch everything I want to watch, and I've accepted that.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah.
Sometimes people are disappointed, but I hope that they know where my heart is if my eyes
Hmm.
are not always there.
Mm. Yeah, I've actually made it to where I find that I can catch up more on videos and different live streams and stuff at night when I don't sleep. But then I wound up sleeping during the day.
Well, it would not surprise me to learn that people are taking bets on just how long it will take you to fall asleep on your own lives.
Yeah, I have actually made it through a couple of channels. I made it through all their videos, every one of their videos, and I've commented, left comments, and yeah.
Okay, Lori just commented with some of the brand names that I had forgotten. Premier Basics is good. She says Big Twist is the Joanne Store brand, which I do very much like. Um, and Walmart Mainstays has a nice feel, but doesn't have the color range that we all want.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's. I have actually since we're talking about yarns, which Kenny, I don't know whether it interests you all that much.
Well,
Um,
I like the colorful yarn and how you all do patterns and stuff with it. I like that. That's what interests me is how talented y'all are creative with it.
um, I I really like the Premier yarns that you get from Dollar Tree, which they call just. They have a separate wrapper that's called. It says Just Yarn, and it's from Premier,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a bad brand of basic yarn. And the yarn itself is not bad. And it's for $1, you get 131 yards usually.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when I was showing off my sweater before, my cardigan,
Mm-hmm.
which it's on the other side of the room, or else I would pick it up and show it to you right now. But it's you've seen it on Instagram probably.
I actually don't
Um,
do Instagram. I only do YouTube and Facebook usually.
well, you might have seen it anyway, but it's a whole cardigan, $17 worth of yarn.
Mm.
And when this was when I was at the retreat a couple of weeks ago, and people were showing some absolutely remarkable things, amazing things. Oh God, the skill level! I felt like I was in junior high school. But also the the kinds of really luxurious and expensive yarns they were talking about. I actually, when I stood up and said, "This is my sweater," the yarn came from Dollar Tree. It was
Mm-hmm.
$17 for the whole sweater,
Mm.
and
Wow.
I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know what they thought of me for saying that, but I didn't care. I
Mm-hmm.
still love my sweater. I will continue to wear that sweater, and I'm glad that I made it for 17 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I will gladly sell the pattern on Ravelry. It's already there, just to let people know. Okay, Lori says she loves the Dollar Tree Just yarn. Yeah, the colors are not always consistently available. What I did actually, I bought a quantity of 2 different colors, and that's what I used for the sweater. I bought it online and took delivery in this store, and I still have a bunch of it left over. It's nice yarn. I wouldn't. Hey, Deborah. Yeah. So, I love my sweater, and if anybody says it's not nice, I will punch them in the face. Okay, Laura's talking about a temperature blanket where you do need a wide range of colors. I've never attempted a temperature blanket project because I just know myself, I would not stick with it. I would abandon it after like 3 weeks. And but also regarding colors, color usually is what attracts me to a specific yarn if I'm in a yarn shop. I try to stay out of yarn shops because that's where you like spend money. Usually, even at a Michael's or a Joann's, I will only go in if I'm looking for one specific thing and get that thing and get the hell out of there before I spend any more money. Because it's so easy to fall victim to temptation. Oh, Lori mentions the Dollar Tree tweed. I think I have some of that. Yeah. I mean, I try to stay out of those places because right now I have enough yarn to start a store of my own. And I felt before the retreat, I fell victim. Lion Brand had their mystery boxes, which are normally like, they say like $69. They were available for $20. So I got a box. And it was absolutely predictable what I got. But none of it was yarn that I didn't want to use. That's the thing. Sometimes I get mystery boxes or mystery packages or mystery bags from these big online vendors, and I wind up with yarn that I don't really like.
Yeah.
There are some yarns that I will say give acrylic a bad name. But honestly, the Lion Brand stuff, I really like it, and actually that's what I made this hat with. One of the Lion Brand stuff that's gained. I have in that box, I have some more Lion Brand mandala, which I never tire of because I love the Lion Brand mandala yarns, and a few others. I got some of the ice cream yarn, which I had never used before, but it's on the other side of the room, so I'll just show you the picture now. Let's see, can you see that?
Yeah, that is very beautiful.
That is the from the Lion Brand ice cream pistachio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if that's even showing up well.
It looks
So
very, very colorful.
it is. It is. All of that is. See, I really like self-striping yarns for that
Mm-hmm.
reason. And all of those pictures are on Instagram, and that's the next pattern that I write up and send out to testers. Any testers um, who are not on my list, message me privately about that. Hey, Ruby. Yes, Laurie suggests that the Easton sweater was done with Dollar Tree tweed. It was. The gray tweed and the rust tweed.
Yeah, my dad, he just got back. He's just coming back from the store. So
Tell me again what part of Tennessee you're in.
I'm in Kingsport, Tennessee. I'm about 45 minutes to. I'm about 45 minutes to an hour from the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area.
Okay, where's that from Asheville?
Where is that from? Asheville. Um, hmm.
About 100 miles.
About 100 miles.
Okay, so then it's like between Asheville and Nashville.
Well, I'm about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
You're an hour and a half from Nashville.
I-
3 hours from Nashville.
I'm 3 hours from Nashville. I'm an hour and a half to 2 hours from Knoxville.
I've been to Knoxville. I have college friends who are still in Knoxville. And I have family in Nashville, or rather Asheville, and I have college friends who are in Nashville. I will be going to another men's fiber retreat in November, which, can you believe it, is next month? Who knew? Oh my God. November is next month. Ah!
It's like Roy and Becky were talking about on their live. They can't believe the month of October is almost half gone.
It's halfway through. Anyway, so I'm going to another men's fiber retreat in just outside of Asheville in Black Mountain, North Carolina. And I might, since it's basically a day's drive to get there, I might go up a day early or come back a day late or both, just to see friends. But I haven't decided yet. But in any case.
Yeah, I was supposed to be leaving for the beach this week, but things didn't work out as planned, and so I had to not go, and other things came up, and so I was supposed to leave starting tomorrow, leave for the North Carolina beach, but then things didn't work out like it was supposed to, so I guess I'll have to wait till sometime next year to go.
Oh, well.
I've never been to the beach in my life, so.
No?
No.
Which North Carolina beach were you going to go to?
All I know is it's just called North Carolina Beach. Is all I know.
Well, there's a lot of North Carolina beaches.
Well, I know we were supposed to stay at a North Carolina Beach State Park campground for a couple of days, and then go to Drifter. See, Drifters Reef Hotel or something like that.
It sounds like something that would have been on the Outer Banks.
Yeah.
No.
No? Not Outer Banks?
Nope.
All I know is that it's a 6-hour drive from here to North Carolina Beach.
It's about 60 or 70 miles from Charlottesville.
And North Carolina Beach is actually if I was going to Mayberry campground, it would have been 4 hours.
So then it sounds like you would have been heading directly east from the Raleigh area on Highway 64.
Southeast, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am in Wilmington, which is right next to Wrightsville Beach and Carolina Beach, and very near Topsail and other, beach areas. If you find yourself in those areas, I would be very happy to meet up with you.
Yes. I thought all this time that I've been following your channel, I thought you was actually in Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Go Canada. No, I might talk like that there now, but no.
Okay.
I'm actually right now in North Carolina. I spent 27 years in the New York tri-state area, and some of my childhood was in Minnesota, but I'm a North Carolina boy.
Okay.
North Carolina you in?
He said he's in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay, well, I'm thinking that's where the North Carolina Beach is, in that area.
Was it Carolina Beach?
Yeah, it's
Carolina Beach.
It's all I know is that it's called Carolina Beach. Is all I know.
Okay, that's a community unto its own. You would just taken Interstate 40 all the way to the end, and then continued till you got to Carolina Beach.
Yeah.
That would be it. Yeah.
Okay. But I'm glad you had corrected me on where you're actually located, because, like I said, as long as I've been following your channel, I always thought you lived in Canada.
I love Canada, actually. I have had a number of really, really great visits to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I would gladly live in Canada if I were able to legally and had the resources financially. But I'm in North Carolina.
Okay. Okay.
Honestly, I have some good friends in Ontario. I have some really good friends on YouTube who are in various parts of Canada as well.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I knew Coco, Cocktails and Crochet with Coco was in Canada.
Coco is in Canada. Frenchie is in Canada. Bitch and Stitches is in Canada.
Katrina.
Katrina is in Canada. Donine is in Canada. So many really great people are in Canada, which should surprise no one. But oh, there's Frenchie right now. Hey.
Hey, Frenchie.
But there. I love Canada. I have had many wonderful visits there, and would like to have more wonderful visits there. I would live there if I could. Because God knows I know how to make hats and scarves. But I'm just in North Carolina right now.
But okay. Yeah, I just wondered about that.
It's not a big deal, actually. And, I know I do not represent myself like a typical North Carolina person. Whatever that is. So it's not surprising that people don't, that people would not suspect that North Carolina is where I live.
Lori has a question. Said, what made me decide to do this?
Lori, that does not sound like a rational decision to me. Unless you have a whole lot more patience than I do. Frenchie, I will remember you said that. Although Frenchie, knowing you, I have to ask if there's a lock on that bedroom door.
But yeah, I'm very thankful that you corrected me on that. But, so, how's your weather been in your area, in your neck of the woods?
Hello, Barbara Batzer.
Hey, Barbara.
Well, around here, it's still pretty nice. Let me take a quick look at what my iPhone tells me. Today, it's like mostly sunny, highs in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the rest of the week, highs in the 70s and 80s. That's not so bad for October.
Yeah. Well, yeah, as I was watching Roy and Becky just before your live, they were talking. There were some people in their chat talking about how some places have already gotten snow already.
I've heard about that in different parts of the country. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I can recall that. I used to live. I spent 27 years in the New York tri-state area. Part of my childhood was in Minnesota, So I remember snow this early in the season. I remember in New York having a blizzard on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we've had them here too. Time too.
Uh, uh, the biggest blizzard that my dad remembers was the blizzard of '93, just the year before I was born, because I was born in '94.
Dude, I was born in '62. You make me feel so old.
I uh, it was and several of my other family members remember that snow of '93. Um,
I think I remember a really, really, really huge blizzard. I think it was '93 or '94 or '95. I don't remember.
mhm.
But I mean, it was so big that it closed New York down, and I didn't have to go to work, which was a good thing. People were skiing to work. Um, and I remember there was some car dealership had done this huge raffle or sweepstakes thing where you would like guess the amount of snow on a particular day in January and win a free car. And somebody came up with the correct guess. And of course, the dealership had across with the car. But, you know, those things are always done with some sort of like an insurance thing or a thing so that if somebody actually wins, it's paid for, but otherwise, it's not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I remember that thing because I was doing church music at the time, and I remember, you know, trudging my way to the subway, going to church that Sunday morning, coming back, and trudging my way back to my apartment, and it just being so much snow, and it kept falling. And then on Monday morning, getting an early morning phone call, because at that time we didn't have cell phones. This was in the 90s. We didn't have cell phones. I didn't even have a home computer at that time. So it had to be a phone call telling me that I didn't have to come in on Monday, which was quite unusual.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a huge blizzard. They called it Snowmageddon.
Mm-hmm.
What year was that?
What year was that, Dad's asking?
I'm thinking 94, 95. I don't remember exactly.
That's the one. Is that the storm that closed down Boston and all them?
It might have been. I don't remember the year exactly. I just know that 96 is the year that
He said it might have been, but he's not sure.
Oh, okay. Because I know it closed down. They closed down the whole East Coast.
He said he remembers it closing down the whole East Coast.
Yeah, I remember that on the news.
But Boston was flooded in. People, their cars were buried on the streets. New York, their cars were buried on the streets. They couldn't even get their road cleaners out to do anything for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, exactly.
And We got
Well,
good here for a while too. But I know when Kenny was in the hospital down in uh, South Carolina, down there in Greenville, we got into a snowstorm that started, and oh Lord, I thought we were going to be slaughtered for whatever, because we had to cross a mountain and everything over here at the Gap, at Sam's Gap, going into Asheville and down the
Frenchie
coast.
Frenchie mentions a big storm in '91.
Well,
No,
we
she
had no
says
trouble.
'93. Yeah, because '91 was the year I moved to New York.
Well,
Um,
I'm trying to
so
remember what year we took Kenny to. What year we took Kenny to Greenville for his first operation.
It was
Was that 95 or 96?
it was about
96, wasn't it?
no, it was.
I know it was a year or two after you were born. We had that big snowstorm, and Mama come to stay with you,
Yeah.
and I was having to drive back and forth in her car.
It was. I don't remember really, but that's been so long ago.
well, you were an infant at the time, so you shouldn't be expected to remember that. But
I
I've
just
been 4.
yeah. I just remember him losing his leg in 2000.
Yeah.
Let's talk about puppies.
Puppies.
Puppies are happy. Puppies make everybody happy.
Yes. What do you have any dogs yourself?
Well, I don't know whether you've been following, but about a month ago, we adopted a 10-year-old Cocker Spaniel. And he is gorgeous. I've shown pictures of him on Instagram. Let me find a picture to show you. But he is gorgeous. And he also knows how to use it to get treats. As you know, that is the highest mission for anyone, is to get treats.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here is one picture of him. Okay, there you go.
That is a beautiful dog.
He's quite lovely. He is quite a handsome fellow. But you know, I only go for handsome guys. No, that's not working. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Yes, that was when he was not clear about the difference between my cheeseburger and our cheeseburger. But yeah, I don't have enough pictures. I should take more.
Yeah. My dog doesn't sit still long enough for pictures or even video, so that's the reason why I don't put mine on video or on camera.
Well, that's why actually we chose to adopt a senior dog because he doesn't move very fast, and actually neither do I, and neither does my sister. So it works out well. Um, but since we've had him and we've been giving him some supplements that are supposed to help with his joints, he's been moving a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's a good thing. But still, he's an old guy, and that's okay. I hope that people are as sympathetic to me when I get old. Actually, I'm old now. I hope that people are as sympathetic to me now, because I'm old. And I need scritches behind the ears and treats.
I was gonna say me and you both are spring chickens.
No. I'm old. I will be in December. I've said this. In December, I will be having a birthday party on one of my live streams.
Mm-hmm.
In the hope that it will coincide with 2K, but also I will be 9 and some months. 240 months to be exact. But that is some months. So I need scritches behind the ears and treats.
Dad said, if you didn't hear him, Dad said that he said you weren't even 60 yet.
No, but give me another year. I'll be 59, but in another year I'll be 60.
I hope I can, when you do your birthday live stream, I hope I can attend.
Well, my plan is for it to be part of my Wednesday free for all for that day on December 8th. Because December 8th is the actual day. Or as a friend used to misquote it, a date that will live in infamy.
Well, happy belated birthday, Barbara. I saw where she.
Oh, Barbara. Oh, well, congratulations, Barbara. Share with us your wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you've learned in your 66 years.
I just had my 27th birthday back in September. September the 27th. So, actually.
Well, there you go.
I've been told that when you have a birthday on the same day of your the actual day, it's considered your golden birthday.
Well, then that would make my 8th birthday, my golden birthday. My 8th birthday then was my golden birthday. And it's all been downhill since then.
Yeah. My dad and my aides that used to work with me when I was in school, they always told me, says, enjoy being young, because when you get our age, things start falling apart.
It's true.
You want me to pour that cheese on this or not?
Sure. Go ahead.
Barbara,
But
that sounds like a pretty nice life you've got there.
I had some Chihuahuas a couple years ago. I actually had a Chihuahua and a Chihuahua and Rat Terrier mix. And of course, my dad got sick a couple years ago, and so that's when I had to get rid of them. So
Mixed
because
breeds are very often mixed breeds are just wonderful dogs.
yeah, well, these were very very territorial and very protective, because um, if they were up here on my lap, um, Dad couldn't get nowhere near where if they were up here on my lap, because if he did, he was asking to get bit. They did that by nature. I didn't. I didn't. They weren't trained to do it. They did that by nature. So
Yeah, sometimes they'll do that. Goodness gracious, it is almost 4 o'clock. We've been here for almost 2 hours. I should let everybody go and go to other people's live streams and parties and things.
I was going to say Katrina is live right now, actually.
Well, then let's all go and raid Katrina. If somebody has the link, who has the privileges. Kenny, are you blue? Are you
Yes,
able to? Okay, then you can post the link. Yeah.
Yep, Katrina raid.
Okay, great. That's the Katrina link. Yes. Let's all go over to Katrina. Tell her it's a David raid or a bearded yarn raid or whatever you want to call it. But it's time to just let everybody go, and then. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, excuse me, please. Oh, I might need a lie down myself. But anyway, I want to thank everybody who's here. Thank you, Kenny, for staying up for so long, and thank you, Linda, who was up here before, and everybody who has stuck with me for the whole time. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, share, all the standard YouTube crap, and keep coming back.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye now.